Hello and welcome back to Project Zomboid, to take it down to our little constant struggle for food. Although we did get a decent haul yesterday, and given the fact that, if I saw that correctly, we have a little bit of a foggy morning, I think we might actually take some time here from the eternal food hunt. Yeah, a little bit foggy indeed. I want to see if we can, get our place a little bit more secured. Like, usually the best security you can have for your base in this game is killing all the zombies that could come nearby, and we've done a decent job at that. But I think at least getting a front door up and maybe barricading the broken windows might not be terrible. So let's grab proper access for some chopping work. Then, not sure if there were any nails in here. I'm sure I have nails somewhere. This is some very thick fog here today. Let's chop some trees here. Do I have a saw? Like the basic stuff that I normally always have for my characters, and it's like, nope, we don't have that. Oh. It's way more busy down here than I thought it would be. Really in muscle strain pain from chopping down one tree. Okay. Clearly, my arms are not used to swinging a heavy two-handed object. Okay, now this car that we're using doesn't really have the best storage capacity. And I am running a mod that slightly reduces the wood weight. It's 75% of normal. I'm not gonna need many trees, but I think a couple more logs might be quite nice here. I think we might. That's actually count. Let's check here if we had any. Well, there was a wood saw, but obviously, as any survivor will tell you, you want a proper saw, a hacksaw, not a wood saw. Any self-respecting survivor. That being said, you know, it's true self-respect. Just take this thing. Do. Did have this was our initial loot pile. There's a hacksaw. Okay. So maybe I can even deposit you on one of the bodies here, that nobody will ever run into you again. Doing good things here. No nails, no boxes of nails. Let's see. By the way, did we get any carpentry skills? Yeah, we got a few carpentry shows at the start of the run. So we can make stuff like doors. Also, we should totally, you know, rescue the rubber ducks from here. I feel like evidence locker. Why would you keep a box of nails in an evidence locker? But it seems very much all over the place, so might as well check here. At some point I should just, like, get everything that's remotely useful out of there and just leave the rest. Otherwise this ends up with a situation similar to what we had in the last run, where I was constantly checking the same places again and again because, oh, this time I'm looking for this item. Okay. Storage here. Like I said, mostly ammo and empty beer bottles. Stuff you would expect at a police station, you know? Think. I need to come up with some sort of organizational scheme that's more than have a pile on the garage floor and to drop other stuff as you see fit. This is not a long-term base organization that we can work with. Now I'm gonna run over to the FBI. So I'm too lazy to get the car out. Things repopulated a little bit over here. We're waiting for that combat fix patch. DerAva swing is really like a that wouldn't have happened in the previous patch. When will they fix this? Oh, this is way more busy than I remember. Now I wonder how much of this is still zombie spawn because we don't have peak day yet. Although I'm not sure if that actually happens if you respawn is off in areas you've already been to. Four more zombies in there. It could be that just, you know, zombies that wandered in. Maybe that got attracted by the idea of some fresh meat. What is happening here? Okay. I think in order to speed up the process here, I eat take a painkiller against the minor pain. We're gonna take a beta blocker. I'm gonna slowly kill all these zombies that are wandering into the area. Mostly saying slowly because I'm not rested and I'm out of breath, but I also don't wanna run away from these three guys here. Sit on the ground here. You guys are still feasting up there. I was just looking for some nails. Did we ever open this up? Yeah, one of them, right? Make sure the other ones. So that future me doesn't have to try out 3 doors, and it's of course the last one, that's the open one. There we go, box of nails, that's all I wanted. If there's a second one, I'll take that too. Claw hammer. Though they kinda, you know, recently, with recent patches, they break from doing work. Any more friends? I see one more zombie. I see a couple of zombies over there. It's all far enough away that I don't want to bother with it. Just get in here and saw the logs. Probably makes us ridiculously over in combat. 49, yeah, alright. That's fine. You need carpentry level 3 for a basic wooden door. Well, poop. Okay. Also, we probably need to open this nails, which means we need some more carrying capacity. I drop one. So since we can't make a door anyway, let's stop the hinge and the... Yeah. It's kinda... It feels a little bit silly with the door here being wide open to barricade these windows. You know, one problem at a time. Can I make a wooden wall frame and put that in there? No. We gotta get carpentry free to get some doors going. So no, nothing else is gonna really help us here. I mean, this is a fine start. Like, this is the main direction, right? Everything on this side is still here, open windows all around. And I don't think I want to barricade that. Would make an argument for building walls, like that entrance. Can have a gate here, eventually, and on the other two sides. I'm not sure I'm going to be using that part. And part of it is really just building walls just to level up here. I should really try to find some books though. Basic wooden. Beautiful. That was all the wood I had. What do we pack for lunch? A butter checkers bar. Yes, I can yeah, let's grab the eggs. We can chop down some trees right here and at least get some walls going. It's gonna look like crap. It's gonna they're gonna die in 2 hits to any zombie attack. Gonna make me feel a little bit better about having such a large compound here to secure. Always feel like there should be an exit on this side. Now there is. We can get a sledgehammer. Make our own exits where we want them to be. Decent approach here. Decent amount of planks again. That is probably not going to be helpful. Machine gun fire. I think we're just going to drop the rest of the planks somewhere here. As good a spot as any. For future me to then handle it. Let's just drop all the carpentry gear here. Drop the axe. Drop the nails. And I'd even say the saw and one of the claw hammers. Been running around with a bunch of welding equipment the whole time. Let's pack that away. What am I more concerned about? That there's zombies here, or that it looked like one of them came from inside? Still intact. Quick perimeter check here. I don't have the luxury of having that second fenced-in area just north of us. That kind of limits already how many zombies can approach this place. Yeah, got a little bit of daylight left. Let's see some guides on the cemetery. A little bit of cleanup over here. Keep the neighbors in check. So I'm tempted to just run over there and bonk the guy that's sitting there and not fighting back. I should really take a rest here. sitting guy actually got up anyway. Oh. I need to... As long as the combat is in the state it is in right now, I need to get just used to using the forced ground attack key more often. So like 3 or 4 sitting there eating. I was hoping we could just take a quick wash and do some organization of our big pile of loot on the ground there in the garage. That's not happening apparently. This is... Like, if it was just not doing the ground attacks when I expect it to, and I can get around with by forcing it, that's fine. But it's also sometimes doing the ground attacks when I don't want it to. And that's much harder to play around with. That's a distinct lack of baseball cards here. It's just... No, this is fine. They're dead, I'm not. Let's wash up. Get back to base. And then see how much time we have left in the day. I did note down all the cards I still needed, and I didn't open my notes before I started playing, so yeah, it's fucking statue every single time. Actually, I don't want to kill you inside here. Might also be probably a good place to barricade all the windows. Just got done washing. I'm sure just a little blood from one zombie will not cause us any issues, right? And it's a good sign also that now all the bodies down here have finally despawned, so no more zombies that get attracted to this area. Yeah, I barely have any time in the day left. I was actually thinking initially, just, use the rest of the day to kind of rearrange something, maybe bring a shelf down here, so, but yeah, this is all kind of pointless. What we can do though is let's bring all the books and book related stuff. Let's bring our pillow up, our rubber duck. Still have power, probably. Do we want to watch the Woodcraft episode, or do I want to see if we can find books first? A baseball bat for future days. Kind of feel like I should have just kept the sleeping spot also downstairs. Never leave the basement. Ducky collection. The most important thing. Alright, any self-respecting survivor will have a collection of rubber ducks somewhere in the base. Back in here. Okay. We have magazines. We need to read them near the light. Getting everything sorted out. Unpack all the cigarettes. Okay, I think we're sorted. Oh, the welding gear. I'm gonna throw that probably in the car trunk or so in the morning. Now, did I actually? I already don't remember. I think we got the magazine for generator. Yes. Okay, so we have generator knowledge, so that's not a problem. Probably at some point gotta go around and get all the fuel. Ah, Odin. We already had you. In the bin you go. Alright, yeah, was this a successful day? I was hoping I could get some doors on this building so that it doesn't feel so open. Didn't quite achieve that, but we got a bunch of kills. At least we barricaded one entrance to the compound. Temporarily. It takes like 3 zombie heads to get through that. But still, I think that was worth it. Also, the other day we were in here, right? Got the baseball bats and all that other stuff. I think since we still kinda okay-ish on food, I think tomorrow we're gonna hit up the card place and maybe also the arcade and shooting range. This whole kind of entertainment area. because that's also kind of the immediate perimeter around the base. And I'm kind of curious actually to see what's here behind the cemetery down this road. There's lots of things to do, lots of things to explore, but we'll do that yeah, in the next episode. For now, let me just take a sleep here. 55 kills on an off day where I didn't want to go out killing. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Still kind of losing weight, very slowly though. Logan, we gotta work on that, but we'll do that in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.